Well, where I last left off, Kahaya and Solomon were about to go to this feast. Solomon thinks, but maybe we should join this group as well. But Zola appears similar and formed to the elders, and we do not. Their group would never accept us. The couple moved along the trails. It is the middle of the day, and the sun is casting a blind reflection off the snow. Solomon is tired and wishes to rest, but Kahaya urges her to keep moving as they are not far from reaching their destination. Out in the distance, smoke is now lifting into the heavens from a fire lit by the jackals. The white smoke is a welcome sign to the couple, as they know when they arrive they can sit by the fire and once again be warm. Their makeshift shoes are iced up, their muscles are sore, but they keep moving as it is not far now to the camp. As they move along, there lies huge rocks, in which flames are towering upwards. The warmth from the fire can already be felt, and Kahaya's numb, stinging hands start to frost. Solomon, we finally arrived, Kahaya states in excitement. Solomon has fallen in the snow some 8 yards back. Kahaya rushes over to her aid, to assist her in the final stretches of their journey. When he reaches her, he takes his coat off and gives it to her. He reaches down to her as she arises from the ground. He wraps her arm around his neck, and the two make their way into the camp. Solomon, I didn't hear you cry out that you had fallen. I didn't cry out, but thanks for coming back for me. I am very weak and exhausted from many days of travel and the lack of food. It's been hard on everyone these days, but I still feel you're the best woman to have in all the clans. You're not just saying that to be nice. You really mean that. Yes, I do. We don't get time to talk much in recent months, as I am always out searching for our group's next meal, but you are always on my mind. It gives me hope knowing you are at our home site when I return from a hunt. I love you too, even though you didn't exactly say that. You know, I used to get angry at you while you and Lithy were out on your hunts for weeks on end. I didn't know that. Yes, it did. It took time away from us. It wasn't so bad at first, but as the years went by and food became scarce, I saw less and less of you. The weeks of isolation really played on my emotions. That wasn't my intention. I just did what I thought was needed to keep our group healthy and strong. I knew that, Kahaya. That's why I never said anything to you. The crackling of the bonfire are the sounds the two hear as they make their way into the camp. They turn the corner where there's a pile of rocks, and there's a smaller fire that the older ones are using to cook over. Many folks are at the camp. Some are dancing, others are telling stories about the hunt. Kahaya is somewhat surprised to see so many people in one place. It was unlike anything he'd ever witnessed. There is a small stream which is fed by the lake along the camp. The old ones choose to stay where the waters flow, as they enjoy the spring water which descend from the higher mountains. The lake is fed by snow runoff and rains from the storm. It is the runoff waters that Kahaya and his group pray for, as he wishes to keep the lake full and abundant in food. Solomon is happy to be at the gathering. Kahaya is not. As the two sit by the bonfire, they overhear a man telling a story about his latest hunt, which made the gathering possible. A man asked him a simple question about how the hunt started. The hunter laughed for a moment and then started to speak. It didn't start out as a hunt. I was walking through the snow to gather wood for a fire. My club was handy, yet it was out of reach. There were many trees around that had fallen from a storm we had just days ago. I heard some movement in the brush, and I stopped to see what it could be. The howls, they haunted me as I heard some footsteps approaching. I started to panic and tried to run. With razor-sharp teeth, claws, and a slobbery wet face, a monstrous beast appeared out of the bush. Another man who was also gathering wood heard my voice. He came out of nowhere, screaming, "Dire wolf! Dire wolf! More approaching! You better seek to higher ground." I tried to grab my club, as many dogs surrounded me. The man who had warned me was almost near, running at a very fast pace. He was screaming in primal rage and without fear, and yelling at the dire wolves to go away. One of the ferocious beasts bit me here. another on the bottom of my leg, another here in my shoulder. The man took his spear, and with a yelp, the wolf hit the ground. I scrambled up and worked my way free to grab my club when the next wave of attacks came. I pulled back my heavy club and struck down at one of them and took him out with just one blow. How many wolves were there? A man says. At least 5, but when I and the other man killed 2 of them, the others ran away. It is good that you made it and are still alive. Yes it is. And alive is good. It sure got my attention. I'm going to stop there, and I'll continue to post others as I get them finished. And once again, thanks for watching.